Okay, so with your evening hairstyles that you already have, as you know, if you really wanted to, you can convert your day style into a little evening style by just tucking it to the side and taking your long hair and leaving the top out. Like if you teased your bob underneath and you tucked it, you want to leave the top section off. You want to go underneath, and this is just a little knot where I just twisted it that way, pinned it in, and then took my wave and moved my movement over it. All I did in the back side was slide all that hair around underneath so that I would have the hair for the bun. So your long hair would go all the way over to the side, bun it, then you just take your wave and then work it in, if you want to use what you have already. However, last night, I got to thinking, and that's a bad thing for me sometimes because then I don't sleep. But it's been since 2008 that anybody has done anything symmetrical at all. And I believe that when Van and I were in Malaysia and I beat all the, now take this scenario. You know, Total Fashion has always been bring your progressive cutout or your trend cutout and do a couple pieces and make it whatever. And competing against Tendero and beating all of them with an updo in a fashion competition with a Total Fashion that was supposed to be a haircut. Everybody on that stage, what did they have, Van?
They had haircuts. They were all
haircuts. They were all avant-garde and Total Fashion haircuts. I come out there with a freaking updo because what did it say? Fashion can be anything. But it's a matter of how you perceive what you want to create and what you want to do. So I came out with a symmetrical hairstyle that nobody's been doing since 2008. And I beat Tendero's people with their haircuts and their avant-garde and their Total Fashion. Now, of course he went and bitched about it. I heard him bitching about it. To say, well, what do you mean, Total Fashion? Total Fashion's always been whatever. And Salvador's comment was, in front of me, because Tendero sold me out, his comment was, it's Total Fashion. Doesn't say it can't be hair pieces. You're allowed to use extensions. Doesn't say it can't be an updo. So there's this gray area all over competition. And what I want to do is protect you from stupidity, if I can. So that's an asymmetrical line. Everybody does asymmetrical because asymmetrical is easier to do because nobody knows if it's out of form. You know, when a judge looks at it, it's asymmetrical, it's really difficult to say, well, she's messed that up because it is symmetrical. So that's why people don't do symmetrical. It's harder to do symmetrical. However, with what I saw you guys do in bridal, I think it's time. 2008's been a long time, and Ronnie Hawkins, when we won the World Championships in fashion with Dale and everybody else, yes, Italy got penalized and had curly hair. However, it was the first time that there was really a fashion-looking updo, something vintage, which is in within your theme, pin-up girl looking, dummied down for a consumer versus it being a competition hairstyle. You know, we've seen all these waves that stand up real high with loops and all this shit. That's going to give you 25 penalty points. So when I was laying there last night trying to go to sleep, which I didn't, I started thinking about, yes, we have this, and yes, we have our day styles, but you did bring 2 mannequins, and you did do phenomenal work in bridal in one day. And then timed it and did phenomenal work in bridal, and that's just not usually the case. It's because all of you have technical and talent abilities. If I was teaching a class, I always call it competition for dummies, you know, like the book for dummies, like certain things. If I was teaching certain classes, we would still be coloring these mannequins from day one. Because you guys are so advanced, it makes it easier for me to think and for me to really give you something that I think has to be different than any other country because you have, first of all, you have to get noticed. They have to come out and go, oh, and be unexpected. It has to be the big surprise. It can't be like everybody else. I mean, I have every Facebook friend from all over the world that post all their competition pictures and their training pictures. And I can tell you, if some of them are just showing me their training pictures, I can guarantee you there's going to be a lot of penalty points given. Because then I send all these pictures, and so does Kelly, to Joaquim, Sal, and Carmelo. Because I know who my friends are. And you know, they used to say back in the old days in the braid book, the clever one knows the judge, The clever one knows the organization, and the clever one knows when it's the right time. Don't second guess yourself. Sometimes you throw it out there a little too soon, but because I did it in Malaysia, I don't think it's too soon. Because now they have the concept, and that's why they have the Prestige Club. I mean, the Prestige competition, the Prestige Cup, allowing you to use hair pieces. Because that's what me and all of us were back there arguing over was Tandera said, well, you're using hair pieces. And I looked at him and I said, tell me that's her hair. Because he had the big wefts in with the, I said, tell me that's her hair. Because he was trying to fight me because he got pissed off. So, you know.
We know what happens when he gets pissed off and wants to fight with you.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, you know, we get along fine. We see each other, we hug each other, whatever. But I had to prove my point.
Yeah.
Because being on this side of it, everybody's creative. But my mind is, but what if? Not, well, let's see what they're doing and try to do something a little more like theirs.
No.
My idea is, if you don't run through the fire for it and you go for it, you're always taking a risk. However, if it's consumer, you're not taking a risk. It is when it's technical and artistic. You have to be really careful because taking that risk sometimes, like when Joachim shaved the heads in Korea, they were beautiful, but nobody liked it. I liked it. Nobody else liked it because it really wasn't technical.
Oh, we loved it. We smiled. We knew exactly what he was doing.